Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be as bad, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about y'all. It makes me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, y'all? How you guys doing? Happy Monday. Come on in, you guys. Hit that like button, take a seat, and let's get into the things of the things. If you have not already done so and read up on your Black Girl Vitamin, or if you have not tried Black Girl Vitamin, y'all make sure y'all go over to Black Girl Vitamin. Use my discount code. The link is in the chat, where you can get 20% off your first order. For myself, I enjoy it. I like it. I've been using it for months and months and months now. And they have whatever you need, they have it. If you premenopausal, cholesterol, PCOS, one a day, CMOS, magnesium, B12, iron, baby, whatever you need, they have it. So y'all get on over there. And as always, thank you to everyone who has been supporting me with my Black Girl Vitamin over the last, how long we been doing this? About maybe 4 months now, 4 or 5 months. So thank you guys. I have updated the flyer for the cruise, so let me just put that up here. I've updated it to reflect that it is a Royal Caribbean ship, that it is the Utopia of the Seas. I have no idea why I keep wanting to say we're getting on the Icon, but it is the Utopia of the Seas that we are getting on. And the dates are February the 6th through the 9th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll be getting off the ship on Monday. So those are the actual dates. And again, it's leaving out of Port Canaveral, Florida, or Orlando, Florida, going to Nassau and Perfect Day at Coco Cay. It is the weekend of the Super Bowl, so you'll be able to watch the Super Bowl on the upper deck overlooking the pool. You guys, if you've been on a cruise before, you know it has that huge jumbotron on the upper deck, and they also show it in other parts of the ship as well. This ship has a sports bar, so I'm sure it's going to be at the sports bar, as well as it was in one of the theaters on the ship that we were on. If you're not a Super Bowl person, if you're not a football person, there are a million other things. Well, plenty of other things going on the ship while the Super Bowl is on. It is not like if you don't like the Super Bowl, you can't enjoy yourself. Okay. Those are the prices, and the 800 number and the booking number is on the flyer as well. Hold on. Let me take my banner off so you can see all of the information. If you call the 800 number right there, that is for group booking. That is the number you have to call. And then there's our group ID, and there is the name of the group is Tribe Bowl, TRIBEBOWL. Okay, so we already have technically we already have 4 people who booked. Technically we've already had. Let me say this. Technically, we've already had 2 guests book. If you include myself and you include Miss Cruiser, which we're sponsoring the cruise, so we're absolutely on the ship. So when you include us, we got 4 people already getting on that ship. Okay. I linked up 2 people today who were looking for roommates. So you guys, let's go. Let's have a good time. Let's make it happen. So let me say hi to the people as you guys are coming in. Tan, Informed, Rock Chick, Cajun, Sharon Leonard. Hey. Thank you. Cajun. I already said hey to Cajun. What's up, Chuck? Hey, Ray. No, lovely Nola, Sweet Pea, Kenya. Hey, Chuck. Find the girls up. Harlem. Hey, Fran. Hey, Boo. Lovely True Red. Brown Mama. Hey, Sweet Pea. Cross Country Cruiser. Tracy. Brittany Nicole. Hey. Suntavia. Kenya, what's up, Boo? Quake. Okay. Auntie Nettie, Marnie, Brandon, Tawanda. Crazy Homebody Girl. What's up, Montrez? Gabby. R Diva. Hey, Deb. What's up? Hey. Hey, Miss Cookie C. Golden. Hey, Kim. Share my love. Angela. Hey, Boo. What's going on? Hey, Ronnie. Robin. Kim. Hey, Boo. All right. I think that's everybody. Come on in, you guys. Hey, Janae. Hey, Boo. Okay. Last but not least, I think I have one more housekeeping. Do not forget tonight at 8:30. It is the premiere of the Whether You Like It or Not Atlanta edition, Real Housewives of Atlanta edition. We will be on Scotty by Nature's channel. If you are not already subscribed to Scotty, which all of y'all should be, I will definitely share it on my community wall, and one of my mods will probably drop Scotty's link before we get out of here, you guys. So y'all make sure. Thank you, Cajun, for reminding me. Thank you. That is one of the things I want to say. So make sure you guys meet me over there 8:30-ish. Okay. Last but not least, I do have the booking link for the hotel for Books and Bourbon. I dropped it in the Instagram group chat. Once again, if you are interested in going to the Louisville Book Festival in October, I do have a block of hotels. If you want the booking link, it is in the Instagram group. If you are not a part of the Instagram group, reach out to me on Instagram. I'll add you, and I'll just keep dropping the booking link because I think you can't see messages prior to when you were in the group. So as I add new people, I will just keep dropping the information as I add new people so that they can get what they need. But the booking link is live and in living color. Okay, good job. Woo! Child, we had almost 10 minutes of housekeeping, church announcements, honey. All right, y'all. So let's get into some things. So yesterday when I went live and I was like, I don't really have a lot to talk about. Child, I forgot I had a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Boo. We're gonna get to Wendy in a minute. But let me get into some things before we get into our big stories, because I have had a couple of things to go over. So first of all, congratulations to Dawn Staley and the South Carolina Gamecocks for once again winning the SEC. I've been followed. I think I told you this before. I've been a Dawn Staley fan since she was a college player at UVA. I have followed her career from the UVA through the through the WNBA, excuse me. Through her coaching career, the Olympics, all of that. So I love her. I'm here for her. I think she is probably, yes, this thing is lingering below. It's actually, I really feel like it's getting worse. And honestly, I feel like I might end up back at the doctor because I feel like I'm getting sick. I don't feel like I'm getting better. I feel like I'm congested again and my breathing is starting to get labored. So in all reality, I think I'm getting worse, but we're not gonna claim it. Angela, thank you, Angela. Angela dropped Scotty's link in the chat. So if you are not subscribed to Scotty, make sure you get subscribed, and we're gonna get over there and we're gonna cut up about the Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight. Hey, Brown Mom. I was gonna say Brown Mama. I was reading Brown Mama's comment. Hey, Mamiana. Hey, Boo. What's up, Karay? Hey. Long haulers. Okay, I'll look that up. COVID long haulers. Whatever it is, it's not going away for a lot of people. Yeah, I feel physically, I feel fine. It just feels like it's powerful. I reached out to you, girl. Powerful, did you respond to me? I reached out to you on Instagram. Did you send me a message back? I told you about my cough. Yeah, honey. So, if I'm not feeling better, I'm definitely going to just go back to the doctor. I don't know. I was feeling better when I was taking the medicine, but I guess it just didn't last. I don't know. Anyway. What's up, DC Kool-Aid? What's going on? And Lisa, how y'all doing? Girl, go read it now. Go read it now. And let me know if you can respond when you do respond, girl. We have been prescribing a couple of rounds to patients for those. Yeah, I think I might need another round because honestly, I was feeling better. And then I don't know, but yeah. But even today, I just felt like I was like, it's all up in here. I just feel like it's, all up in here. Anyway, moving right along. I hope you get some rest and feel better. So really be sometimes the symptoms linger. Yeah, that's what everybody keeps telling me, that sometimes they just linger. That's what everybody keeps telling me. But moving right along. So also, congratulations. Hold on. Child, let me get to y'all know how I keep my screenshots so I can remember what I wanted to say. Hold on, let me scroll back. How far back I gotta scroll? Boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. All right. Congratulations to Eddie George, who is now who has been named head coach for Bowling Green. As you guys know, Eddie George was the head coach of Tennessee State University at HBCU. He has now been named as the new head coach for Bowling Green State University, which is a D1 program. Once again, following that trend. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, you guys. Hey. Well, I have the clip. I just want to know you were there. I just want to know what your perspective was. Thank you, because yes, DC Kool-Aid. We are watching Beyond the Gates, honey. I do weekly roundups. So I did a roundup Saturday and then the Saturday before that. Oh, we watching it. Oh, we watching. We are watching. Yes. Yeah. So that's Taj. If y'all don't know, Eddie Green played for the NFL for a number of years. He was. I think he's a Hall of Famer. And he's also married to Taj George from SWV. So congratulations to them. Okay, let me see. A few more screenshots in here. Did y'all catch the clip of Doechii and Lauryn Hill performing at Jazz in the Garden in Miami this weekend? Baby, that thing was epic. It was epic. It's moments like that I really wish that Lauryn Hill had stayed on her track. Because can y'all imagine if Lauryn Hill had put out 2 or 3 more albums and she was still like on her Miseducation of Lauryn Hill track and her and Doechii kind of hooked up? Baby, that thing was epic. I was here for all of it. And Doechii is sort of like a reimagined, 2020 Lauryn Hill. Like, she's giving me very much Miseducation of Lauryn Hill energy. I'm not saying she's trying to, I want nobody to be like, I ain't saying she's trying to be like Lauryn Hill. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying she's giving me that Lauryn Hill energy, right? That Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. And I was here for it. Let me tell you something. It was the matchup that I didn't know I needed. It was the mashup that I did not know I needed. I really, really wish I had been here because, baby, I didn't know I needed it. I didn't know I needed it, and I was here for it. Yes, Lauryn Hill still performs Shout when she can get there on time. Maybe when she can get there on time, she still performs. Also, I neglected, and I feel really bad, I neglected to acknowledge the passing of Dwayne Wiggins, one of the founding members of Tony. He passed over the weekend from pancreatic cancer. And there have been tributes and everything all over the internet. Again, if you did not grow up in the era of R&B, 90s, 2000s, I just don't know what to tell you. But Tony definitely gave us some bangers. Dwayne Wiggins was definitely a very, very talented artist. And sorry to hear about his passing. We are definitely losing some of our greats. 2025 can kiss my ass. Okay. Cheryl said, I have been twice to see Lauryn Hill and was late, and she was late each time. Cheryl, I blame you. I blame you, Cheryl. I love you down, girl. But girl, what you think was gonna happen? What you think, Cheryl? Girl, what you think was gonna happen? Okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta read what Powerful said. Hold on. I'm getting some intel, honey. I'm getting some intel. Okay, thank you, boo. Thank you. Whatever you want. Yes, Chuck. You know. Right, Cheryl say, I know. Exactly, child. Now, I did screenshot this because this is one of those things that make you go, moments. And again, I'm gonna throw that back to the 90s. If y'all grew up with Arsenio Hall, y'all know Arsenio Hall and his things that make you go, segments. So this is, he had bladder cancer. What did I say? He had pancreatic. I'm sorry. He had bladder cancer. My apologies. Dwayne had bladder cancer. My apologies. I don't know why. I guess I just said pancreatic. I don't know. Bladder cancer. Sorry. Lauryn fell out with everyone on Miseducation and feels she can't capture the magic. Baby, that ain't what happened. Xavier, that is not what happened. Lauryn Hill fell in love with that boy. With that Marley boy. No. I do think part of her was scared of the sophomore jinx. Hold on, y'all. I do think she was scared of the sophomore jinx, but baby, that is not, baby, Lauryn Hill fell in love with that boy, okay? You said, Xavier said, I'm just saying what Robert Glassbar said. Who is Robert Glassbar? Who is he? Remember Lauryn Hill got pregnant and at the height of her career, and there was a big struggle. Also remember Lauryn Hill was messing with Wyclef, who was a married man. So she had that whole situation going on. Then she fell in love with Rohan Marley. You sent more. Okay, thank you, Powerful. I'm gonna read it, boo. Then she fell in love with Rohan Marley and started having babies. And then that man was cheating on her. And baby, listen, Lauryn, it was a lot going on with Miss Lauryn. And then Lauryn, I do believe Lauryn had a mental breakdown. I do. I honestly believe Lauryn Hill had a mental break at some point. Yeah. Yeah. Baby, we're gonna get a second album when Cardi B put out a second album, when Rihanna put out another album. Child, like, just let that go. There will be no more miseducation of nothing. Nothing. No miseducation of nothing. That's a wrap. It's over. Right. And she ain't been the same since. Yeah. Robert Glasper, one of the best R&B producers, to work with her on the Miseducation. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Xavier. I don't be knowing all these people. I'm sorry. But, and that's not to discredit his experience, because clearly he was on the front lines. But I just think that two things can be true at the same time. For when you say that he said that she fell out with everybody on that produced the Miseducation, again, I think that all blends in with her falling in love with that boy, with her and Wyclef, with that boy getting in her head. Because I do think that Rohan Marley got in her head as well. Remember at one point in time, he was trying to be her manager and stuff like that. It was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. Lauryn was a willing mistress. She fell in love with Rohan. With the Marley boy, Wyclef got jealous and he stayed married. I'm gonna say this. I think that to a certain extent, yes, because she knew Wyclef was married. But we also are not going to neglect or negate the fact that she was young when she met Wyclef. She was very young when she met Wyclef. I believe she was under 18 and he was over 18. So I'm going to give her a little grace in that department until, I'm gonna give her a little grace in that department. Because I think she was a minor. I think she might have been easily influenced by this guy. I'm gonna give her a little grace. I'm gonna give her a little grace when it comes to that. Baby, I still remember when I first found out that Lauryn Hill and Wyclef were a couple. They weren't a couple. They were messing around. I was still living in Greensboro, and somebody called in the radio station. This was back in the day when people used to call in on the radio stations. And somebody called into the radio station who claimed she was Lauryn Hill's cousin and told everybody that Lauryn was messing with Wyclef, and that's what the song X Factor was about. And all of these things, and everybody was like, what did she talk about? And nobody believed her. And then, like, I don't even know how much longer it all came out. And I was like, that girl was telling the truth. Because, people are like, yeah, sure, you're Lauryn Hill's cousin. What are you talking about? Like, we were like, where's all this coming from? Excuse me. But then it ended up being true. And I was like, that girl might have really been Lauryn Hill's cousin. Anyway, she might not have been the cousin, baby, but she sure knew the information. She knew their business. She definitely knew their business. All right. I'd watch a Lauryn Bobbitt too, but I don't want her to produce it. I want somebody else to produce it because I don't feel like we're gonna get the truth from her. I need somebody else to produce it. Let Robert Glasper produce it, but I don't think we'll get the truth from her. But anyway, child, we ain't trying to go down that road. Things that make you go, Now, back in January, we had the LA wildfires, which ripped through, parts of California. We know it destroyed a historical Black neighborhood in California. We know it went through the Palisades. We know it destroyed a lot of valuable real estate in California. Then last week, we had a bunch of wildfires in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Baby, when have we ever heard of wildfires in Myrtle Beach? Now, I know we have droughts and it gets dry in California, but Myrtle Beach don't have them problems, right? Literally, Myrtle Beach just had snow a couple of weeks ago, and it was raining. They had the storms coming through there, and all of a sudden, we have wildfires down to the South Carolina. Then I saw it yesterday, and I screenshotted it because I was like, wait a minute. New York evacuations as fast-moving wildfire erupts in the Hamptons? When have we ever heard of wildfires in Hamptons? Now, this was like 2 days ago. And yes, you're right. We're not hearing a lot of coverage about this. A white lady said that one in Myrtle Beach, my family was evacuated. I just find it suspicious that a lot of these very expensive real estate areas. I'm sorry. I'm glad your family's okay. I didn't mean to just go past that. I just find it suspicious. Things that make you go, Now, I ain't trying to start no conspiracy. I ain't trying to run down the rabbit hole, but I'm just watching. I'm going to just leave it at that, honey. I'm going to leave it at there. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to just leave that right there. Issa Ray is working on a documentary that is going to chronicle the erasure of Black TV. It's actually a docu-series. I'm here for that. Again, for those of us who grew up in 80s, 90s, where we sort of had a resurgence of Black television, and then it just sort of went blank, right? I remember when I was growing up, we had all sorts of Black TV. I know that Bill Cosby is persona non grata these days, but he absolutely ushered in, the Cosby Show absolutely ushered in a new era of Black television. And then it sort of just went away. It was like an erasure. And now, you know, we kind of went back to having that token one, you know, black person per cast. And then we sort of hit a little bit of a bump, and now I feel like we kind of right back where we started. If you go back to like the 70s, there was like a little bump. We had Good Times, What's Happening, The Jeffersons, That's My Mama. You know, we had those shows going in the 70s, and then we get to, you know, the mid 80s, and it was like dry until, you know, the Cosby Show rolls around. Right. We had channels like the CW and the UPN, even Fox. Fox was a brand new network starting off. And I always said that Fox got their start off of the backs of black folk. When you look at the early programming on the Fox network, they had shows like The Simpsons, Married with Children, which was like the anti-Cosby Show, right? But we also had In Living Color. We also had Martin. We also had, not Martin. What else was on Fox? It was another black show on Fox. It was In Living Color. It was something else on Fox. Damn it. Off the top of my brain, I can't remember now. And then, like I said, then we went into, of course, the golden age. It was Martin. Thank you. It was Martin. Rock. Yes. Rock. Martin. Yes, it was. Thank you. Thank you. It was Martin. Okay. Thank you. It was. New York Undercover. Thank you, C. Golden. Yeah. And it was almost like they had all of these urban shows that, True Colors. What was True Colors? South Central. Yes. And you know, and of course we had the UPN and the CW. So I'm here for it. The Jamie Foxx show. Thank you. So I'm here for it, you guys. I'm definitely here for it. I love Issa Ray. And so I'm definitely here for Issa Ray's for Issa Ray telling that story. I'm definitely here for that. So shout out to Issa Ray. Okay. Okay. Child, the measles is here in Maryland. Be careful, be safe, be vigilant. That's all I got on that one. All right. Now I am going to tell y'all this before we're going to talk about Wendy Williams first. Yeah. Can I read y'all this for a second? And then I'm gonna read y'all this, and then we're gonna get into Louisiana death row inmate who RAPE'd a woman before fatally unaliving her. I shouldn't say fatally, before unaliving her, requests a more humane method of execution. He says that the nitrogen mask will trigger his PTSD. There are so many things wrong in that whole statement. I'm going to just start at the beginning. Sir, you're asking for a more humane way of being. First of all, let me be clear. I don't believe in the death penalty. I don't believe in the death penalty. However, you were sentenced to die, so we're going to talk about that. Sir, you want a more humane way of being put to death? How did you humanely unalive the woman you unalived? Tell me how you did that in the humane way you did it. Can you explain that to me? Did you humanely assault her? Did you do that? Was that done in a humane way? When you assaulted this woman and then unalived her, was that done humanely? Second part of this is it's going to trigger your PTSD. So you about to be dead. Don't nobody care about your PTSD. So you're going to be I'm sorry. Do you understand the object of this exercise is that you are going to be dead when it's over? Do you understand that the whole point of this is for you to no longer be breathing? Sir, don't nobody care about your PTSD? I'm sorry, what? You say that like you're going to come back to your jail cell when it's over. You say that like, sir, you say that like there's a part 2 to this. Baby, the object of this game is for you to lose. I said, I'm sorry, what? Sir, the object of this game is for you to lose. I can't. Anyway, I saw that and I was like, okay, I guess got to take that one to the tribe because right, ABC. Moving right along. I said I was going to talk about Wendy next. We're going to go ahead and get this fool out the way and then we're going to get to Wendy. Maybe because that method doesn't always work the first time. I'm okay with that. I mean, like I said, I don't believe in the death penalty, but I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them having to do it more than once. Maybe he'll think about how scared that woman was while you were assaulting her and then you unalived her. Maybe you'll think about, maybe in that time it take them to reload the cartridge, you'll think about, you know, how it went down with you and that woman. I don't know. Right, I be the shh. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Like, I can't have no sympathy for you, sir. I cannot. I can't. Right, maybe you'll maybe you'll have flashbacks to the look in your victim's eyes when you were about to, you know, take her down. I don't know. But I just can't have no sympathy for you, sir. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. All right. So today they said, what's your promo code for the Black Girl Vitamins? It's not pinned at the top. Hold on. I thought I pinned it. Hold on. I'm about to put it in the chat. Thank you, Hibiscus Rose Boo. Here it is right here. There it is right there, babe. Right. Like I'm sorry. I can't care more. I can't care because the victim, you know, anyway, whatever. So they say that the Twitter machine was down today. Now y'all know I got off of Twitter, so I don't know what's going on over at Twitter. I don't know the things that are happening over to the Twitter. But I heard that there was a cyber attack and that they took Twitter down today, right? That's what I heard. Now, I don't know how long it was down. I don't know, because again, I wasn't over there. That's what I heard in the streets, that the Twitter machine was down. Okay. All the other content creators said Real Housewives of Atlanta was great. I haven't watched it yet. Yeah. Well, that's what makes the world go round. It's pretty amazing. Everybody feel differently, you know. I didn't think it was great, but you're right. A lot of people loved it. Maybe I'm just old, child. Maybe I'm the old lady in the room, honey. And I'm sure they're gonna beat me up tonight over there on the panel because they were loving it, child. We've been in a group chat all day talking. So Elon Musk had the nerve to say that they traced the cyber attacker back to an IP address in Ukraine. So I have a few things to say about that. The first thing I have to say is, sir, the people that hacked you are like level 20 hackers. I think it was even Anonymous, and we know that Anonymous is his hacking skills or her hacking skills are on a level. So I think the fact, if you're telling the truth, let's start there. If you're telling the truth, which we don't believe nothing that come out your mouth, but if you're telling the truth that they found that it was traced back to an IP address, they wanted you to. They wanted you to trace it back to the Ukraine, and they were sending you a message. I promise you that nobody in the Ukraine was worried about hacking Twitter. You do know they're in the middle of a war, right? You do know that they have some other more important things going on than worrying about hacking Twitter, right? And that's not to say that somebody in the Ukraine didn't do it. I'm just telling you, I don't believe nothing that's coming out of his mouth. Second of all, who cares where it came from? Who cares? Child, don't nobody care. But that's what I heard, honey. Anybody on Twitter, how long was it down? Does anybody know how long it was down? Princess say Russia done blew up all the internets. How? How, Sway? How, Sway? Right, they're in the middle of a war, sir. I don't think it was hacked. I think his skeleton crew just pushed the wrong button. Right, just like the Ukrainian protesters were tracing J.D. Vance with his daughter. Right, his 3-year-old daughter. Right. Yeah, they are. Right. I be the... Okay. Moving right along. Okay. Now, let's get into the Wendy Williams of it all, y'all. So, a couple of things happened today with Wendy. First, we were going to talk about Wendy anyway, because first thing this morning, I saw where Wendy Williams is going to be on The View Friday. It's going to be her first, major network appearance. I think she was going to be via phone. It was going to be her first major network appearance in however many years. So, I was like, wow, go on, Wendy. And she was being prepped. And so we were going to just talk about Wendy going down to the View. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? What we think is going to be said? All of those things. Then, on my way home from work, I started getting these notifications about Wendy Williams going to the hospital. Then, I got a notification about Wendy Williams, executor. I mean, is it not executor? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Her, y'all know who I'm talking about. The lady that's over her, not her executor, conservator. Then I heard about her conservator being under investigation. So allegedly, I'm gonna read y'all this article, but allegedly what I heard was that Wendy dropped a note out of her window. It's not funny, y'all. It's not funny. But I'm just picturing Wendy hanging, throwing the paper out the window. And allegedly the window said, "Help me, Wendy Williams," right? I don't know how true that is, y'all. I don't know. But allegedly that's what happened. And then the police were called, and somebody called the police, and they went and they took her. They're taking her to the hospital to have her evaluated. So let me read you guys this article. Wendy Williams was taken to the hospital after officials responded to a 911 call at her assisted living facility in New York. On Monday, March the 10th, the New York Police Department responded to a welfare check and they give the address of her facility. The New York Police Department said in a statement provided by Fox News, EMS responded and transported a 60-year-old female to an area hospital for evaluation. Let me go over to TMZ, because TMZ also did an updated one. They're the ones that are talking about ooh. Hold on. Let me scroll down. I have another update, so let me scroll down. Okay. Hold on. Where's the one? Here it is right here. Oh, wait a minute. No, this is not the one I'm looking for. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm looking for, y'all know TMZ, child. I'm looking for the one that says that. Here it is right here. 2 New York City agencies launched probe into Wendy Williams' guardianship. New York authorities have launched 2 separate investigations into the circumstances surrounding Wendy Williams' guardianship. This is dated today. Sources connected with Wendy Williams says that she just had an interview with Adult Protective Services, which also has made phone calls to people close to Wendy asking about her living conditions in her New York assisted living. Wendy is locked on the 5th floor in a memory unit where she cannot leave the floor without approval from an attendant. Numerous people connected with Wendy say she has no memory problems and therefore keeping her in the memory unit is inhumane. TMZ has obtained a video of Wendy standing in the window of her room this morning while talking on the phone. She seems to be crying, crying out for help. To the photo shooting the footage inside the facility. We're told Adult Protective Services called Wendy's niece, Alex Fine, asking a slew of questions relating to the various restrictions that have been placed on her in her guardianship. In addition to Adult Protective Services, police paid a visit to Wendy at the facility as part of a welfare check. And we know that that's when she was taken to the hospital. Now, there's an update to that I found as I was scrolling, looking for that story. Let me scroll back up to the top. Wendy Williams says that she has aced her capacity test. Wendy Williams may be a big step closer to freedom because a psychiatrist examining her Monday, and the results are clear. Because a psychiatrist examined her Monday, and the results are clear. Wendy's mental capacity is fully intact. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that Wendy scored a 10 out of 10 on a psych exam called a capacity test. She was asked 10 questions to determine if she was alert and oriented, and she answered every one correctly. Now, I think it's clear that the inside source is her niece. I think it's pretty clear that the inside source is her niece, but we're going to keep it moving. The results of the test are radically different from the assessment that the Guardian, who has filed legal docs saying her condition is getting worse, not better. We're told that the results of the capacity test will be forwarded to the judge in the Guardian case. We also broke the story. Officers from the New York NYPD paid a visit, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Y'all. Wendy did all this to get examined. She's a smart cookie. Didn't they gloat also pass a similar test? Who is gloat? I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know who gloat is. Tracy said it's giving lives from the pits of hell. 10 out of 10, my foot. Y'all, Tracy ain't buying it. Tracy is saying, I'm not buying it. I told y'all, and I'm going to stick by what I said. Do I think that Wendy is sick and probably does need some assisted living care? Yes. I do not believe that Wendy is as incapacitated as the Guardian has tried to make us believe she is. I just don't. So that's my opinion. Great. So I don't know who that is, Chuck. Who's the greatest liar of all time? Yeah, I do think she needs help, but I do not think that she needs a conservatorship. 10 out of 10, if they said 8 out of 10, I would believe it more. Why, Tracy? Why? Like, if somebody asked you 10 questions and you don't have any memory issues and they were 10 questions, why can't you get all 10 right? I don't know. Why would you say that? The reason her show supposedly ended was because of her dementia. No, that's not why her show ended. Her show ended because she relapsed. I'm telling y'all, Kelvin was a horrible, horrible husband, but I absolutely believe, and I've said this before, and I believe it, Kevin, whatever that man's name is, kept her functional. He knew just how much drugs or alcohol she needed to still be able to get up and go do that show. Once he was gone, there was no gatekeeper anymore. And he was a horrible husband, child. We know that, but there was no gatekeeper. The show didn't end because of dementia. The show ended because of her substance abuse issues, and she couldn't function. She could no longer do the show. Remember, she went into rehab like twice, and yeah. And again, I believe that Kevin was the gatekeeper. Right, exactly. Girl, Wendy was fumbling over Norman's question on the show for years. Well, I didn't watch the show, so I don't know nothing about it. Yeah. So that's the update on Wendy, honey. That is the update on Wendy. Also, shout out to Michelle Obama. Her and her brother are starting. Shout out to the 300 people in the chat. I hope my likes match. If you guys are new here, please hit that subscribe button. I appreciate y'all so much. And if you haven't done so already, go on and hit that subscribe button to get comfortable. Tracy is here, which means that the bar is open. Y'all know that once we hit 300 people, they open up the kitchen. I don't know if Don is here or not, but y'all know he's our chef. So once we hit 300 people, that means the kitchen is open. If Don's not here, we're just going to have to go along with some chicken wings and some fries. But if Don is here, he'll give y'all something a little special, a little something. Okay. Abby, the upstairs lounge is open. Angela is here, which means that the upstairs lounge is open. If you need to partake of the herbal happy hour, you can go on upstairs and handle that. Okay. And the hookah is out there. Abby handles the hookah. So if you need that, all of my VIPs that are lit up in green, go ahead and head on over. Head on over to the VIP section. There's the biggest VIP that just walked in the room. Hey, Treasure. There's my biggest VIP. Yes. You dropped down just in time because we about to talk about your girl, honey. So yeah, you guys. So listen. Yeah, so shout out to Michelle and her brother. If you guys, I love listening to Michelle Obama talk and tell stories. If you listened to her first book, Becoming, I believe the second book as well. But if you listen to her read, she did the audio book, the audio version of Becoming, and I loved listening to her book. I loved listening to her tell these stories and talk about her experiences. So I'm looking forward to hearing her and her brother talk. They said they're just going to talk about real life. It's going to be just some real life brother and sister growing up and their experiences and things like that. So I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. So I'll be subscribing to that as well. Okay. Now here we go. We about to get into the bullshit of it all. Let me make sure I got everything out the way. Oh, Kandi. Child, Kandi, can you get them people their money? Kandi Burruss. Now, we didn't talk about this last week. Allegedly, Kandi Burruss was sued for back. Let me read y'all this article, honey. Kandi Burruss and her Atlanta dining establishment, Blaze Steak and Seafood, is embroiled in a legal dispute. Its landlord claims that the restaurant has failed to pay over $150,000 in back rent and additional repair costs. Montego Pacific Inc., the property owner, filed a lawsuit in Fulton County State Court on Monday, March the 3rd, alleging that the restaurant owes $154,139.17 in unpaid rent, an extra $56,495.75 for property repairs, and a 10% overhead fee. According to the lawsuit, if the outstanding rent is not settled promptly, Burruss could face an additional $12,083.50 per month in accrued interest. Neither Burruss nor her legal representative have publicly commented on the allegations. Montego Pacific reportedly gave her 10 days to resolve the unpaid balance before pursuing further legal action. And then it just goes on to talk about, now this was updated 13 hours ago. So as of 13 hours ago, Kandi and her representatives have not responded. This is what I'm going to say right here. I don't know how much her rent is per month, but to get $150,000 behind on your rent, that's probably what, maybe 2 months? I mean, I don't know what retail rent goes for, but that's what, maybe 2 months rent, maybe 3. Whoever your manager is that handles that, your business manager, property manager. I know we want to blame Todd. Todd is over the restaurants, but Todd don't write them checks and pay them bills. Let's call a thing a thing. whoever is her business manager has dropped this ball. If this is true, remember, this is just an allegation. We don't have any facts yet that this is true, and Kandi has not responded. But this is what's being said. Now, Todd is not sitting down writing out the rent check. Okay, he's not. Todd helped get those restaurants up and going. They have management that they put in charge for that. And again, I've never run a restaurant, so I don't know if that would be the actual manager of the restaurant or if that would be her business manager. You know what I mean? I'm not sure who would be in charge of that. However, whoever. How is it Todd's fault? Just me? How is it? I'm trying to explain to you how this probably ain't Todd's fault. But okay, girl. Okay. Is it Don Juan that handles the business? Then this will fall. Whoever writes the checks, this is where Todd don't write no checks. Todd made sure that the restaurants were up and running. Todd was probably writing checks when they were like bringing in contractors to set these restaurants up, and they were bringing in, interior designers and all that stuff. Todd don't write no rent check every month. I promise you, Todd don't write no rent check. Right. Todd may have hired the business manager. You know what I'm saying? But Todd ain't right. I know we love to blame Todd. We love to make this out to be everything is Todd's fault. But baby, Todd comes in, he sets these restaurants up, and he goes on to the next thing, right? Remember, Kandi owns 4 of these restaurants. She has 2 old lady gang locations. She's got Blaze, and then they have an old lady gang in the airport. So they're 4 altogether. Todd is not sitting down on the first of every month writing out checks. I promise you he's not. They have somebody that handles payroll. They have somebody that handles all of that. You know what I'm saying? However, it's not a good look, Kandi. It's not a good look, Kandi. And whatever, Blaze has been in a lot of bull hockey. We know they had the shooting at Blaze. We know they had the situation with them people, the health inspector. Blaze is closed. Well, maybe that's why it's closed, honey. I know, just me. I know. Maybe I don't know. Well, maybe that's why. Is Blaze actually actually closed right now? That's what I heard that too. I heard in the streets that it wasn't even open. And maybe that's why. Maybe they're in the process of closing down. Maybe they're moving to a new location. I don't know. One thing, and this is what a lot of people don't know about restaurants. Restaurants do not usually have a long shelf life. Blaze has been there for a long time. And for a lot of restaurants, especially celebrity-backed restaurants, they usually don't last a long time because restaurants are trendy. People like them, people support them, and then people moved on. You know what I'm saying? Blaze is closed. Well, that's probably what's going on with Blaze. They're either in the process of moving to a new location or they've shut it down. And maybe part of the reason why they shut it down is maybe they are in a dispute with the landlord. Maybe there is an issue with the landlord. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you. R&D was saying Kandi is a good businesswoman. Therefore, I believe there's more to the story. I agree. I believe there's more to the story, especially since they have not said anything. This story broke last week. And the fact that Kandi nor any of her representatives have made a public statement, I feel like it's more to this story as well. Yeah, I think it's more to this story. We know Kandi, generally to be a really good businesswoman. I mean, Kandi and Todd are producing plays, child. Kandi and Todd are producing plays. They just produced a whole nother play. The reboot. Reboot is probably not the right word when we're talking about a Broadway play, but Othello. They're producers on the Othello that with Denzel Washington up on Broadway that just opened or is getting ready to open. I think they had the private opening. I forget the right name for it. But yeah, they producing plays and shit up on Broadway, child. Right, Kandi was at Jasmine Garden this weekend, y'all. Again, the fact that nobody that even represents Kandi has responded makes me think that there is more to the story. And when it comes out, we probably won't find out until Kandi's representative file a response. They'll probably file a response. Yeah. Landlords in Georgia are terrible. Maybe an issue with repairs, something like that. Yeah, I feel like I feel like it's something more to it. And I feel like when Kandi responds, whether it's through the media or when she just files a response in court, she has 10 days to respond. So I think what she'll do is probably file a response in court, and we'll get her response. We'll find out what her side of the story is. But I'm the fact that Blaze isn't open makes me think that maybe there's more to this. But that's just me. And yes, I like Kandi, so maybe I'm a little biased. I do like Kandi. Okay. All right. I think that was everything before we get down to this Tamar situation. Y'all, I'm so sick of Tamar Braxton and her bratty ass attitude. So, hold on, wait a minute. Somebody, hold on. Let me check something before I get into this, because I had somebody that was at the show last night and they sent me some info. Hold on. Honey, okay, thank you, boo. If you're still in the bushes, thank you. Now, one of the tribe members was down to the T.S. Madison Craig show last night. Now, y'all know T.S. Madison Craig, they had their show, PHAG. Y'all know I don't like to say the word, so I just call it the T.S. Madison Craig show, because I don't like to say the word, even though they put a W in it and they're allowed to say it. I ain't allowed. I don't like saying it, okay? But neither here nor there. They had their show last night in New York. And Tamar was there. And I'm just going to let y'all see what happened, and then we're going to discuss it. I'm going to let y'all see what happened, and then we're going to discuss it. Let me share my screen. Lower my computer. And shout out to Star Push on TikTok, because that's where I got the link from. Shout out to, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Never mind. Hold on. Yeah. Shout out to Star Push on TikTok. Hold on. Not Lord, what y'all said, Lord, what Tamar done did now. I'm gonna let y'all see it first, and then we'll talk about it. I'm gonna let y'all see what had happened, and I'll give y'all the backstory and stuff afterwards. But I want y'all to see it first, and then I'll give y'all the whole backstory of the situation of it all. Hold on, y'all. How I feel about things, but then you get on this platform and say what you want to say. Hold on, y'all. Let me try to turn it up. Then you want my sister to hold me accountable about my opinion when you're doing the same thing, and I'm just confused about that. Okay, well, let me clarify some things for you. He about to clarify. He about to. No, I'm tripping. No, he got to be good for the gooses. Hold on. Y'all couldn't hear it at all? Okay, y'all couldn't hear it. Okay, hold on. I don't know. I could hear it on my end, so I don't know why y'all couldn't hear it. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Hold on, y'all. Because I could hear it. I don't know why y'all couldn't hear it on my end. I mean, I could hear it on my end, so I don't know why y'all couldn't hear it. So hold on, give me a second. Let me try this again. Let me try it this way. Give me a second. I don't know why y'all couldn't hear it. I could hear it fine. Huh. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why y'all couldn't hear it. Yeah, I'm going to just play it from my phone because I don't know why y'all couldn't hear it. Hold on, give me a second. I'm going to just play it from my phone, y'all. Well, y'all could see what it was, so let me let y'all hear from my phone. Okay.
So, you hold my feet to the fire about giving my opinion about how I feel about things. But then you get on this platform and say what the fuck you want to say. And then you want my sister to hold me accountable about my opinion when you're doing the same thing. And I'm just confused about it. Okay, well, let me clarify some things. Okay, he's not the clarify. You got to come. No, I'm tripping. No, he got to. It's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Oh. The difference is I'm the economic one. So, how do you feel this now? To criticize me and make it seem like I'm being shady and nasty, and that is not the case. I'm just stating my opinion like you do. So I would like to understand. I'm gonna post this question to you, friend, because I like you. Now, wait, sister, wait. Now tell sister you like it. Now you do like it. I do. And I like you. And I like you. So what is the difference between what we do? Okay, here's what I want to say. Hold on, y'all let my two sisters have their bunk. Not too much, bitch.
So I'm gonna pause right there. I'm gonna let y'all hear the whole thing, but I'm gonna pause right there. When T.S. Madison, no, I'm gonna let it play. And then I'm gonna give y'all. We'll come back.
Let me say this. First and foremost, it is not my intention to try to tear you down in front of these people. Are you sure? I want you to listen and not interrupt. I didn't interrupt you. I just want you to listen. I just want you to listen and not interrupt. But you interrupted me, but that's okay. Did I? You did. Okay, sister, let him get his point across now. Come on, Fred. It should be in front of all these people. Okay, I'm going to let you finish, and then I'm going to say what I want to say. Girl, say it. Don't give me girl, because I didn't disrespect you. Sure, you got your titties out. Don't give me girl. If you give me girl, if you give me girl, I'm going to cross the line. Sister, and what I said, now sister, you in the water of disrespect. Don't try not to go there with you. I'm trying not to go there with you. And so what I was going to say, sister, let him get it out. This is a part of what I was saying about you on the show. I said on the show, if you and I were friends in real life, I said you and I have a rapport. We've talked on Instagram, but if you and I were friends in real life, these are the things that I would say to you, because for me, in my real life, and I have real friends here in the audience, I can't be friends with you if I can't be honest with you. Let him finish this. The problem is, you don't like constructive criticism. See, now it's girl, now it's bitch. And if I cut you up in here, then you can block me and tell me. If I put you up in here, then you can block me and tell me. We were talking about this afterwards, but no, we don't need to talk about it. How we do? You know what? No, we don't.
All right. Now, to be fair, I believe that they did talk. I believe that Tamar eventually did apologize to Craig, yada, yada, yada. But let me tell you, and my opinion, I might be going somewhere y'all don't think I'm going, so I want y'all to listen to where I'm going with this. I think that Tamar's initial point is valid. I think that Tamar's initial point to say, hey, you give commentary on what's going on in the world, I get commentary on what's going on in the world. I can be shady, you can be shady. Why is it different when I do it? I think that's a very valid point that she made. The problem with you, Tamar, is the fact that one, you went left and you got lost in your point. Two, you got disrespectful, which the minute you get disrespectful, your point goes out the window. The minute you become disrespectful, you have lost and your point becomes not valid. And three, what he said was, you don't know how to take criticism, which your whole performance last night was you being upset at his criticism. Now, this all started because Craig gave commentary on, I believe it was the latest thing with Tamar, with a video resurfaced of her insulting old lady gang, and then she sort of doubled down on it. Even though it was an old video, she sort of doubled down on it. And Craig gave his commentary and basically said, hey, if me and Tamar were friends in real life, I would call her and say, hey, girl, hey, maybe you need to sit over here. You don't have to respond to everything, yada, yada, yada. That is, and if I'm wrong, somebody correct me, because I don't, I may have missed a chapter or two. But essentially, that is where this started, right? Here is where you lost it, Tamar, and here's where you went off the rails. And I want to, where I had paused, I'm going to go back because I want y'all to hear it again.
Okay, here's what I was saying. Hold on, y'all let my two sisters have their one. Not too much, bitch.
Now that was the first cue. When T.S. Madison, who is legitimately friends with Craig, when T.S. Madison said, let my two sisters talk it out, and Craig turned to T.S. and said, not too much now. That was the warning. That was the, okay, not too much with that sisters. I'm not the sister. And this is what Tamar does.
Let me say this. First and foremost, it is not my intention to try to tear you down in front of these people. Are you sure? I want you to listen and not interrupt. I didn't interrupt you. I just want you to listen. I just want you to listen and not interrupt. But you interrupted me, but that's okay. Did I? You did. Okay, sister, let him get his point across now. Come on, Craig. It should be in front of all these people. Okay, I'm going to let you finish, and then I'm going to say what I want to say. Girl, say it.
Tamar, you called him girl. And he told you you were being disrespectful. And then, I know y'all can't really hear what she's saying, but then she said, aren't you one of the girls? I'm going to let y'all hear it.
Don't give me girl, because I didn't disrespect you.
He said, don't give me girl, because I didn't disrespect you. That is him letting you know that he does not like to be addressed as girl. Contrary to popular belief, not every gay man wants to be misgendered. I know that you just saw T.S. Madison do it with Craig, and when T.S. Madison did it to Craig, Craig addressed it. But they're friends in real life. And he still addressed it. So then when you called him girl, he told you you're being disrespectful. And her response was, well, aren't you one of the girls? No, he's not one of the girls. He's Craig. He's a man. And he just was very clear to let you know he does not like to be addressed in that way. He's letting you know that he does not like being addressed in that way. I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit more. So then she says to him, you got your titties out. Again, why are you emasculating this man? He is a man. He does not have his titties out. He has his chest out. He's a man. That's not okay, Tamar. So now, even though I think you had a valid point in the beginning, it's gone. It's gone. And once again, he told her, you're being disrespectful. And he said, and I have not disrespected you, but if I did, then it would be a black man tearing a black woman down. Then I would be wrong if I gave it back to you. And then she asked him, I'm being disrespectful. What do you mean I'm being disrespectful? And he tells her, you swimming in the ocean of disrespect. I'm going to let y'all hear the rest of it.
If you give me girl, I'm going to cross the line. Sister, and what I said, you're trying to get the water of disrespect. Don't try not to go there with you. I'm trying to put it with you. And so what I was going to say, sister, let it get it out. This is a part of what I was saying about you on the show.
So again, I wasn't even going to come. My point of view isn't so much about whether Tamar had a right to feel the way she feels. I think Tamar had a right to her feelings, and I think her point was valid. Honestly, I do. And had she made her point and stopped and let Craig make his point, they might have been able to come to some sort of meeting of the mind. They might have been able to come to, maybe even it would have been an agree to disagree. I don't know. But once you became disrespectful, now you crossed the line and your point is gone. You said, I don't think she meant any disrespect. How else was she supposed to mean that? When you call a man a girl, and then she went on and called him a bitch. Y'all might have heard it the first time. Then she went on and called him a bitch. And then you told the man he had his titties out. I don't understand how you can think that was in any way but disrespectful. Because again, it goes back to the conversation we were having last week about the Dr. Heavenly thing. Stop acting like gay men are not men. Stop acting like they're on some lower level of manhood and masculinity. Telling a man that his titties are out, there's no other way for that to be but disrespectful. Craig calls men girls. Let me say this. That goes back to the whole they can do it, but you can't part. And I know everybody don't like that. I know everybody ain't gonna like, but that goes back to I can call somebody a nigga, but white boy down the street can't. And I know everybody ain't gonna agree with that. They're gonna be like, that's a double standard, but it's not. We do it all the time. And he told her he didn't like it. See, the other thing is, once I tell you that what you just did, see, that goes back to there are some people, I have friends, I use bitch all the time. And I don't mean no harm by it. I use nigga all the time, and I don't mean no harm by it. But I have friends who don't like it. And I know not to use that word with those friends because they don't like it. And they've told me they don't like it. Sounds real flip-floppy of Craig if he mean girl. I don't understand what you're saying, babe. I don't understand what that means. It sounds real flip-floppy if he mean girl. I don't know what that means. I be the So it's the same thing in the gay community. There are things they can call each other FAG all day long, but I bet you I won't say it. I don't do it. And they can say the word all day long to each other, just like we can call each other nigga all day long. But the minute we hear a white person say it, we ready to fight. We ready to fight. Now again, listen, again, I'm talking about in this example, in this moment, once he told her, I know some of y'all are going down the road with, well, Craig does this and Craig does that. I ain't there. I'm just telling you, in this instance, in this example, the minute she called him girl and he told her he didn't want her to do it, she doubled down and then further emasculated him by referring to his chest as titties. To me, that's a problem. And then went on to call him a bitch. Now, like he said, if I threw it back at you, now it's a problem. Right. I've heard Craig say it when he's talking amongst his community. That's what I've heard. I've heard Craig say it when he's talking amongst his community. And I bet, I don't know this to be a fact, I don't know Craig like that, but I bet if somebody said to Craig, I don't really like you calling me girl, I bet you he wouldn't do it again to that person. All of my gay friends do it. Well, let me not say all. A lot of my gay friends do the whole girl thing. A lot of them do. They do it to each other. They do it when they're talking about other gay men. But when somebody says, hey, don't do that, then out of respect, stop doing it. Now, that's my opinion. Y'all ain't got to agree with me, and that's okay. I love y'all anyway, and I hope you love me too. But that's how I feel about it. I honestly just feel like you don't get, like when somebody says what you said to me, I was offended by that, and you really didn't mean no harm. Craig has done it on the show, and when TS tries to correct him, he ignores her and keeps it going. Well, Abby said he does do it. Then he's wrong. I'm not going to make no apology. I'm not going to change what I said. If he does it, then he's wrong. If somebody corrects you and says, I don't want to be called girl, bitch, nigga, blah, 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 then you respect that. And that goes, and that goes both ways. If Craig does it, then he's wrong. That's my opinion. But in this example, Tamar, you were wrong. And you doubled down not once, but twice, but 3 times. Now, that's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. And again, if Craig does it, then I think he's wrong. But in this instance, Tamar Braxton, out of line. Out of line. And all of this, I'm better, I've been in therapy, I'm not that person anymore. You keep giving us glimpses of the person you claim that you have moved on from. You keep giving us glimpses of that girl. My husband's friends say the N-word all the time, but he knows not to say it back. Exactly. Well, I think they already worked it out. From my understanding, she apologized, and they did post a picture of them backstage with Craig and Tamar hugging. So I think they talked it out. I do think they did talk it out, and I'm glad they talked it out. But again, I feel the way I feel. I feel the way I feel. And that's still how I feel. And I just think that, Tamar, girl, I really need you to just go sit down. Not who's her therapist, their license need to be revoked, child. Okay. All right, y'all. Don't forget, we are going to be in about 30 minutes over at Scotty's house. Y'all meet me over there, okay? Meet me over there, honey, and I will see y'all. We about to get up off of here. I will see y'all later.